Hey guys, this is Sarah's Night, and I'm back with part 10 of Let's Play Fatal Frame 3. And, it's been a while, so I think we're going to be playing as Kay on the Prairie again, finally. Last thing I remember is we were playing as Miku, and she fought a bunch of little girl priestesses that tried to nail her feet down to the floor, and something about a woman with 1,000 hands attacking after finding all the doll altars, and okay, Kay's like here calling to Mio, and it's just not working. I hope that doesn't mean that she's like dead in real life, and you know, that's why she doesn't respond to him in a dream, but I guess our object now will be to, oh, yeah, the light and shadow keys, just like from Fatal Frame 2. Nice shout out right there.
Neil. It's okay. I'll be back soon.
Sorry guys, I no longer have the wireless headset mic that Lantis helped me pick out from Walmart when we did my first LP together. You know, the one about where we were doing a bunch of SNES fighting games. I no longer have that, so unfortunately, you know, I've got like a standing microphone that works much better, at least in terms of reducing echo, which became a problem with my wireless headset. And the downside is, though, that, you know, since it's not attached directly to my head, well, you can hear, you know, the game picking up from the background as well. And since I'm recording videos separately, well, you're probably going to hear a little bit of an echo when it comes to the game's sound. And you can probably also hear the giant fan in the background too, because of, but, you know, there's nothing I can do about that, I'm sorry. Okay, so it turns out I can take a picture of Mio before moving on. And apparently I can't move on through that door yet with the pinwheel puzzle, also a shout out from Fatal Frame 2. Must have picked up the stone mirror from there already. Yeah, I'm having to turn the game up to, you know, so I myself can hear what's going on. And I'm sorry, you're probably gonna hear that from the recording as well as, you know, the video capture when I upload this, but well, I guess maybe Mio's not a ghost, so maybe she's not dead in the real world. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure my the lens on my camera, the capture circle, would have glowed when I aimed for her, but whatever. Okay, so where to first? Actually, what's the way out of here? Okay, then go through the friggin' door. Oh. Well, how are you gonna help her if... Okay, I'm sorry guys. I have no idea where I am right now. Okay, wait a minute. It looks to me like I'm stuck in a wall right here. I mean, I can't move forward. This looked like... Well, what the... I'm sorry, did I just pass by a door? No. Okay, I'm staring right at a wall, and on the map, it looked like I was staring at open space. I am so incompetent at the Fatal Frame games, I'm not even going to try to pretend. Is there another way out of here, or... You know, of course... Oh, well, I was about to say, maybe I can go ahead and solve the puzzle and unlock the door. Okay, the walkthrough's just told me to go through the door ahead of Mio's cage. Well, help me out here. What do you want me to do, Mio? Before... Oh. This door. Derp. Okay. Obviously there's... Don't ask me why I keep forgetting what the button used to go to the menu is. And this would be the Great Hall. Okay, there's some pictures to take in here, so let's try. But then again, I've never been a very good photographer. This is weird. Is this the Great Hall from... Oh, no. Okay, I thought this was maybe the Great Hall from the Himuro Mansion in Fatal Frame 1. But I guess this is the one from Fatal Frame 2, where Mio thought she saw Sai and a bunch of dead bodies everywhere, and Sai just started laughing. Aha! Yeah, inside. There you are. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean Sai. I meant her sister. I was about to say Miku. What was Mio's sister's name? Mayu. Yeah. Okay, there's something in here. Ew. Hey, where'd you go? Now, how do you expect me to be able to take that picture in time? Of course, I'm not even sure where exactly he appeared. Moving on. Cool. Type 14. Although, probably be great if Kay could find some higher powered film for the, main boss of his area. Okay, so apparently the Dream Manor really is like a culmination of, its own layout, and which may be the same as the abandoned house that Ray was taking photographs in the opening cutscene, as well as Himuro Mansion, like on this side where Miku is at, and also just random places from Fatal Frame 2 where Kay is at right now. I mean, it's a Dream Manor, so I guess the layout really doesn't have to make any sort of sense, but... Butterflies. Okay, yeah, this is the front foyer to the Osaka house. Where are you, little girl? Oh, I missed a picture. I have no idea what that was. But hey, Red Notebook Part 1. Masumi, it's Mayako. I came to find you. Let's go back together. If we're two, maybe we can leave. If you read this, shout for me. Because I'm close. Stay strong. It's so weird how in games like this, I think just generally survival horror, there's like this universal assumption on the part of the characters that, when they leave some kind of writing behind for you to somehow find them ahead of you, they just assume you're going to actually, the person they're wanting to meet up with is going to come across it and be like, oh, hey. And usually it's just in a situation where I just can't see that happening at all. Okay, apparently I was supposed to enter the room off to the right at the intersection of the hallway. The door of the storeroom under the stairs is off its hinges. There are some jars inside. Oh, okay, so that was like a closet at the base of the wall, not really meant for a human to fit through. And there is supposed to be a ghost down here. Am I in the right place? Bookstore room, yep. She's supposed to be somewhere up in the rafters, I think. I saw her, but couldn't make a shot in time. Jeez, what is this place? This seems entirely new to me. There must be something up above, but these stairs are collapsed. And apparently I'm just supposed to leave. And thankfully Needle Woman's here. Or Crimson Nail Woman, whatever her name was. Okay, go through the door, thank you. I'm sorry, but I really don't want a piece of her if I can possibly help it. Okay, now, the kimono room in the Osaka house that usually held a creaking box woman ghost should be through here. And it still is, thankfully. So I don't feel that disoriented. Red Notebook Part 2. How much time has passed since I came into this village? Dawn never breaks. I'm sick of the dark. I'm going crazy. I want to leave. I want to see Masumi. I'm guessing this book was these notes were written by another, sibling who... Ugh! Something in there? Maybe it was written by, another person who had a, twin sibling and got lost in the All Gods village and ew. There goes another missed opportunity. Oh well. Go a little bit down in the walkthrough so I can keep up, and I guess that was pretty much it. We got the ginger key, so whatever. Oh, hi. Oh, wait a minute. I can't fight her. She's indestructible somehow. What is it about my camera that's just not working? There we go. Luckily they didn't disappear too quick for me. And my neophyte skill as a photographer. Shadow key? Could the light key be on the other side? Sunlight key. The same thing, I guess. Oh. Whoops, I wasn't facing the right way. She was behind there somewhere. Apparently there's also some sacred water in here, so we're definitely going to want that. Oh, anyway, apparently Lantis is a big fan of Ego Raptor and JonTron, you know, in their little Let's Plays they do, which they actually have a particular title for, Game Grumps. I just happened to come across like a, you know, one of their videos as a recommendation on YouTube, and I watched it because it was Super Mario Land, and that's a short game. You know, they're pretty funny, and but my point of bringing this up was, it actually has a really good, oh, I forgot, whenever the screen gets all grainy and, you know, projector filmish like that, like those kind of effects, well, that means there's an indestructible ghost in the room, I think, that you'd best run away from. Anyway, one of them brought up while playing through Super Mario Land, they were like, you know, wow, this game was just so magical to me when I first played it. It's just, they described it perfectly, that much more positive outlook you had on games and stuff as a kid, and how easy it was to get so, you know, so entrapped in the experience. And who was that? Is that the rope band? Oh, you're not kidding. Okay, apparently this is something I can beat since I'm not even... I can't take him on. What do I do? Okay, I'm sorry, give me a second to run around the area and dodge his attacks. Oh, and then a crimson butterfly will come and unlock the door for me. It actually helps me. Whether it's an actual butterfly or just a symbolism for something else, I'm not sure. But for now, I just gotta stay away from him. But yeah, the way one of them described it, you know, how you're so much more positive about games as a kid, and, you know, how much more strongly you feel about them, compared to your cynicism as an adult where you just have, like, no patience for anything. I think one of them termed it the sense of wonder you have just for, you know, games as a kid. And Super Mario Land, that really described that for me. I just really loved the level design, and I you know, I just had this sense of wonder about everything, and it's a really nice feeling that, you know, isn't so easy to capture these days. But Super Mario Land was probably one of the better Game Boy games out there. Definitely one of the most remembered. In fact, didn't it come like originally packaged with the Game Boy or something like that as a free game? Or maybe that was Tetris, but... And I actually like it a lot more than Super Mario 1, the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES. I know everybody really worships that game, and I kind of understand why. Because, you know, at least for what it did, I can say it had a huge part in seemingly saving the video game market as one of the first games on the NES. But still, like, the game itself, I really don't think it's that good. And I don't think I even really liked it as a kid. And I'm not sure why, other than I can just use, like, the most general critiques. Like, I thought the level design was extremely repetitive. The music actually gets on my nerves. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's classic in a way, but that just doesn't always mean good to me. And, I mean, I actually don't think the graphics were as great as what everybody seems to make it, even for the time. And not to mention that King Koopa was... It was a bore to fight him. You did nothing. All you had to do was dodge him. You can't actually... I think if you had firepower, you could fight him after, you know, you had to lay into him with fireballs, but it was basically the same version of him at the end of every single level. And, you know, there's really not a lot of different things you can critique a game that, you know, as old and basic as that is on. And Super Mario Land seemed to be that game, only better in every sense of the word. I love the music still. I actually thought the graphics were better, even though it was Game Boy. The level design was so much more... It wasn't drab. It was... All I can say is I just really thought it was good. And again, just borrowing on the term that... and I've been talking this whole time, and to tell you the truth, I have no idea what I should have been doing in that room I just unlocked, but I noticed while I was talking that Mia wasn't there. That was pretty much it. I'm sorry. Well, let's go back and make sure I didn't pass anything. And just borrowing on whoever it was that used it, Ego Raptor or John Tron, I just had that, that sense of wonder and adventure with, and yes, my voice just cracked. It's like I haven't fully passed puberty, even though I'm almost 30. I just had that sense of wonder and adventure as a kid playing through Super Mario Land that I totally didn't have with Super Mario 1. I'm sorry. I know that probably so many people would disagree with me on that. I mean, some even seem to think that the original is actually better than Super Mario 3, which I definitely could never say that. Super Mario 3 is so friggin' awesome. So, Crimson Butterfly was coming down this way, and now we can solve this puzzle in 4 turns. Just as always, we got to match up the colors of, the petals facing on the outside. What's the term I'm looking for here? On the outside crest to be facing, the same color on the inside crest. I know there was a much easier way to say that, and I just totally didn't make it. Red and blue are facing, but we need to get orange with orange and green with green. I'm just gonna try this crest first. Oh, well, I was gonna try match green with green, but I forgot the inner crest moves with the outside crest. Duh. So I'm pretty sure I didn't make it this time. Wow, not even close. I got like one color right. I'm actually made the puzzle worse than it, was before. I'm actually going to try to solve this one on my own without looking at the walkthrough. To which I'm failing miserably. Well, actually, I almost got it that time. Only the green was mismatched. Okay, you know what? Let's not do this forever. Let's just solve it. C B A Oh. I was actually looking at the diagram on the walkthrough incorrectly. That's sad. I can't even get the can't even solve the puzzle using the walkthrough. And red to red, green to green, blue to blue, orange to... Okay. Oh, I'm just following Mio. She's not actually... Okay. I totally can't make out a word the girl is saying. And now that I think about it, that's actually kind of a problem with probably all the Fatal Frame games. Just... Is it supposed to be hard to make out, and like the more, important thing is to grasp the sense that it's creepy, when you just kind of hear girls continuously whispering but can't make out what they're saying? I really... it's probably inconsequential, you know, to actually know what it is they're saying, but I would like to know. And, oh boy, I think this is indeed where I fight the rope man. Oh boy. Oh, no, the walkthrough's telling me no. But I know I do it in this room at some point. And there's a secret ghost here. I'm just gonna try taking a shot. And I was unsuccessful. You know, let's use Type 7 film here. Let's not waste. Because you always come off with 50 shots of Type 7 no matter what, so that's awesome. So it's like even when you run out of the good stuff, well, you still have a little bit of hope. Or maybe I need that secret... Oh, there it is. It's right up above my friggin' head. I don't know what that was, but the walkthrough simply calls that photo of Wedge Man. Okay, but there is a fight I have in here. And I kind of wish I had thought to save. Maybe I can go back out and still do that in case I die. Except I chose the wrong door. And that was not smart. Well, I managed to fight him off with a counter flash. Except that is the rope man. This is the fight I'm talking about, I believe. Well, crap. Let's see if I can do something with my camera to make this a little bit more bearable. Oh, I've upgraded absolutely nothing. Okay, no wonder. Let's see. Max value, might as well go for it. I mean, I have like 2 notches on my lens right now. It's not exactly going to do a lot of damage, even with high power film. I think I'll go for range. Well, if I die, this is gonna suck. Oh! I had it. So bad, I had it. Well, I have a stun mirror, that's cool. I don't think I've used Type 90 film before, but it says I have only 4 shots, so you only get like 4 shots from finding Type 90 ammo? That sucks. There we go. Okay, I know I upgraded max value, so what the heck? Why do I still have only like... My camera just sucks. Okay. I was wrong all this time. My camera just completely sucks. Did I get him? Jeez, this guy's relentless. Well, fatal frame. Or not. That's cool too. Did he die? No. shots from Type 90, that's all I got. Hopefully it'll be enough. Jeez, I can't even see him before he dove, divin down on me. There is no time to turn around and get a good attack stance on this guy. He just keeps circling around just as I am. This is going to take everything I have, won't it? Oh! Oh, thank God. Apparently he didn't have that much HP. So, what now? Well, this goes back, but the walkthrough's telling me the door Mio went behind is still sealed anyway, so who cares? And Rope Man's here. Okay, this is the time the walkthrough was talking about when it said I can't beat him. I hope it doesn't turn out that there are actually 2 times in which I do have to fight him, because that first time was ridiculous. That sucked. At least the crimson butterflies are taking my back. Gosh. Oh yeah, and back to why Super Mario Land 1 is better than the original NES Super Mario Bros. 1. Well, there's another thing. The bosses and the enemies in Super Mario Land 1 were actually interesting. I mean, there's still Goombas and... Oh. Rope Man is still attacking me. I mean, there were still Goombas and, you know, the turtles and stuff in Super Mario Land 1, but there was also a lot of other enemies. It's like zombie fish and... Oh, I was supposed to follow the crimson butterfly to know the way to escape. Whoops. Wow. I think I might have screwed myself over here. Yeah, there was like, you know, zombie fish, Chinese girls that just don't die when you squash them. They just keep leaping after you, like trying to karate chop you or something. There were robots whose heads would fly off in a boomerang arc at you. Oh, and the turtles, when you step on them, they try to get one last laugh in by their shells exploding, so cool. Boss fights were a lot more interesting too, you know. It wasn't King Koopa over and over. It was, there was actually... Wait, what? Oh, that was the right door. Okay. But yeah, there was a different boss at the end of each level and everything, and you actually had to fight them in order to beat them. Except for, well, no, I take that back. In 2 out of 4 cases, all you had to do was just get past them if you wanted to. But, you know, still, just a lot more interesting game, a lot better design, a lot better music, all kinds of stuff. And so I just wanted to give my opinion on that, you know. I know, like, so many people would disagree with me on that, but I just want to take a stand and say, hey, you know, there's one guy that actually does not, you know, just thinks Super Mario Bros. 1 is vastly overrated. But don't get me wrong, I do totally appreciate what, you know, it and the NES as a whole did. I mean, Nintendo, well, I guess just the whole, you know, company of Nintendo, well, if it weren't for them, what would we be doing now for video games? I mean, would there even be such a thing at all anymore? Would they have completely died out, or maybe, you know, we just would have, you know, still been playing, you know, old school stuff in the arcade, you know, Pac-Man, all that other mess, instead of, you know, playing at home. And there certainly wouldn't be any such thing as internet gaming right now, but anyway, well, that was just stuff I was trying to find to talk about while going through this game. And phone. And the cat's letting me know. And I'm having trouble getting down the stairs. And the cat's scared of the phone or something.
Yes, it is.
It is. Hi, my name is Kei Amakura. Is you in at the moment?
You're...
Your friend's dead, Kay. Okay, I'm guessing the TV is on in the background, because why would this be the phone conversation? You could have had it silent and me just read the text. Or you could actually...
Would it be alright if I paid my respects sometime soon?
Well, you're his friend.
I'd like to say goodbye to him.
Why would she refuse you? Oh, God, I can't... It finally occurs to Ray to let him know his friend is dead. It's been like, what, 4 months total? The tattooed woman in the manor. I guess that was the indestructible tattooed priestess I found out in the foyer of Osaka Mansion on the night before as Kay. And Ray's worried that when the woman catches her, she'll disappear. Well, at least somebody... I was wondering, you know, it must be about this time that, you know, Ray and Miku and Kay all think they're in imminent danger. That something bad is going to happen to them as a result of the dreams eventually. Isn't this like the second shower scene? Ah, the Japanese version of Psycho. Hey, is this hold on. Give me a second. Oh, no, not yet. I thought when Ray looks in the mirror here, that's when we'll get the nice surprise. Speaking of which, where's Miku been all day? Maybe she's out clubbing. There's the cat. Actually, speaking of cats, I was thinking about making this thread at the mag earlier because I started reading a book, you know, a book in a series that I really loved from my childhood, and I might as well promote that here. I mean, I know most of you watching are probably adults now, and you probably would be averse to doing this because, well, it would seem childish, but... Oh, hold on, there's a photo I want to take in here. Haha! Got you. There's a hand under the bed. If Ray were smart, she would not sleep in this room tonight. Really, she wouldn't. Anyway. Yeah, there's a Oh. Well, Ray said something. Oh. It's because I investigated the wall. All the pictures on the wall instead of... But yeah, speaking of cats, like, one of my favorite characters from fiction is this cat named Chester, and he's in a series of books, written by an author known as James Howe. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. Might be Hoe, Howe, but... Oh, there's Miku. And anyway, the series of books that he writes I don't think there's like an official name for the series other than Bunnicula, but the name of the first book in the series is also called Bunnicula, and it's called Bunnicula because, the character in question here is actually a rabbit, and the family named him Bunnicula because they found him in a Dracula movie, and it turns out that, also, stuff about the crawling woman. Let's see that right quick. Many urban legends of this type are based in fiction. Sorry, I don't know how to go back to the last page. I really don't. Novels, etc., and real incidents. As the story spreads, images people fear are added, and it becomes all the more legendized. For example, the story of the woman who crawls on all fours is said to be based on the following disaster that actually occurred years ago. 1 month after the disaster, a woman's corpse was found in a ditch several miles from the disaster site. Evidence showed she was alive up to a few hours before she was found. It is thought to be an exaggeration since the story became legendized, but several people who lived where the woman was found and along the route to the disaster site say they heard a knocking sound in the night. There is also another version of this story that has been passed on. The part about the woman lurking in the floor of the ceiling seeking help every night is the same, but in this one, the ending is that if you peer into the ceiling of the floor, she will attack you. I'm not really seeing the connection here. Woman in a ditch becomes a ghost that likes to haunt, crawl spaces underneath the floorboards or in the ceiling. In houses. What? At least there was something about, there was an explanation about the woman that Miku encountered in her last dream, but anyway. Oh, and there's more stuff that that Miku has found out for us. Okay, tattoo folklore. This combination of snake and holly, which resembles the tattoo on Ray's body that that we see every morning as she wakes up. And this tattoo is primarily found in northeastern Japan. This design is chronicled in the old northeastern Japanese folktale Tattoo Maiden. Tattoo Maiden: a girl loses her lover, and before he fades from her memory completely, she takes the pain of her remaining love and imbues it in a holly tattoo. If the girl falls in love once more, again she loses her lover. She engraves the tattoo of her love into her body again. This time she engraves a divine snake so her lover's spirit will arrive safely at the place of the gods. Which lover, the first or the second? Unless they're talking about her falling in love with the same person again after he was lost to her once, which doesn't really make much sense, but... As the girl repeats love and loss, her skin grows filled with tattoos. She cannot tolerate the pain of the tattoos, and it takes its toll on her sanity. Try not falling in love so often. As much an advocate as I am of love and everything, it's probably not good for you if you're going to end up just tattooing your entire body, and there's demonic attachment to it. Meanwhile, her heart is eaten by the snake engraved in her soul. Ew. This legend is widely known on the plains, but depending on the region, slight differences appear. In the mountains, the following changes can be found in the story. This is called the Tattoo Master. The girl who lost her lover goes to the mountain master to relieve her pain, to confide in her. On hearing of the girl's pains, the master engraves the snake and holly on her own body and assumes the pain. The villagers, hearing of this, visit the master one after another to relieve their pains as well. Oh, so the master's eventually going to be screwed over by taking on too much pain of other people. It's a nice gesture and everything, but you got to take care of yourself too. I really hate to sound like a self-centered human being by saying that, but Eventually, the master's entire body is covered with tattoos. She who took on so many pains gets trapped in sleep from the pain of the engraved tattoos and cannot wake. Finally, she is eaten by the tattooed snake. Well, at least her pain eventually ends. The story has one more version, this with an even more tragic ending. Oh, so instead of... It's kind of like the doctrine of annihilationism in comparison to eternal torment in hell. It gets worse. It is likely a story designed to teach a lesson. the Master Covenant tattoos goes as far as to tattoo Holly in her eyes. Her tattooed eyes turn to mirror, and the pains engraved on the Master repel back to the people who engraved them, and in the end, every last person is eaten by the snake. Oh, I thought this, well, that's mass destruction, which sucks too, but I thought it was going to be about, like, going beyond death, the pain lasts for the Master. The part about turning to mirror may come from how snakes' eyes were traditionally thought to resemble mirrors. Given the change in the story, it appears that when the Tattoo Master legend of the mountains spread to the plains, it became more fable-like. The story, with its priestess-like element of the Master, was corrupted into a city girl's foolish love story. As far as the meaning of the snake and holly tattoo in this folktale, the holly tree represents the pain of love from the dead and pains of the heart. The snake is employed here in the divine sense, and its import seems to be tied into love and pathos for the dead that devours those, including the girl and the Master. The Fatal Frame games, like the mythology surrounding them, is so depressing. Well, I know, SK, what else do you expect? Okay, so Yoshino Takegawa, I presume? It looked like the clothes her family and lover were wearing. They were all riding in the same plane.
I'm sorry. I blanked out for a second.
You blanked out for a second? You were just now talking to me. Well, anyway, nice talking with you. Well, that was something we already knew about Yoshino, though, didn't we? That, you know, she felt so guilty mainly because, I mean, not just being the sole survivor, but the fact that a lot of her loved ones were on that plane, and she survived them. Anyway, what else? Oh, we gotta develop the photos from Kay's camera, which I guess Ray is dreaming about Kay having that dream, because otherwise, or about Miku. I mean, because otherwise, how could the photos they take in their dreams be in Ray's camera, you know, when she wakes up, if it's them having the dream? You know what? I don't know. I'm thinking way too hard about this. Oh, anyway, sorry. Back to the fact that, you know, the cat in the hat in Ray's house just immediately reminded me of this feline character from the Bunnicula series. Basically, in every book, like, first Chester, you know, accuses it of being a vampire. There's talking animals in these books, by the way. He accuses it of being a vampire because Bunnicula, like, drains the friggin' juices out of vegetables, and Chester's like, well, he must be evil, because even though it's just juices out of vegetables, now tomorrow he could go attacking people. And his companion, Harold, you know, the family dog, is like, dude, you're being retarded. So it's like every book is Chester freaking out over some things because he reads so many horror, you know, novels and mystery novels and all that kind of crap, watches a lot of TV. It's like, you know, the second book in the series is where Chester and Harold get, you know, shipped off to a you know, boarding kennel, and when one of the other guests disappear, Chester accuses, like, the others of murder. And it goes on and on and on. It's a very entertaining series of books, and I just started. I tend to try to keep up with them every couple of years or so. Just go back over them. It's like they somehow never get old, no matter or boring or childish to me, no matter how old I get. So I thought to make a thread about that at RPG Maker magazine forum, so, you know, others would know about it. I don't know if they were all that popular, but, you know, I just thought I would go ahead and promote that here while I thought about it. So yeah, please, you know, if you're willing to, you know, dive back into children's books, which are extraordinarily, like, mature in the way of writing, especially for, you know, especially when they were supposed to be aimed at such a young age. But, you know, if you're willing to do that, please just type in, like, Bunnicula into Amazon.com, and I'm pretty sure you'll find every book in the series for sale there, and you can pick one. But I don't know any of James Howe's other works, but he really was a brilliant writer in this particular series. And since we're at a good stopping point here, you know, being outside of a dream, which is where I try to end my LP episodes, let's go ahead and call it quits here, and I will see you guys next time. And thanks for tuning in.